At the beginning of this summer transfer window, one of the signings that we are linked to Arsenal was Joao Cancelo. We all know that. It's known, doubted, it's approved by everyone that has been watching this channel. Fabrizio Romano confirmed it to us. Jacobs Ben confirmed it to us. David Austin, all the tier 1 journalists, confirmed it to us that Arsenal were in touch with the agents of Cancelo to deliver him at Emirates. But as it ended, the player never went ahead to obviously sign for Arsenal. And today, he has ended up joining Barcelona. Yesterday night, as the transfer window came to an end, he emerged as a player of Barcelona. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. Smash the like button, comment and share if you're only watching us for the very first time. And never to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Joao Cancelo has gone ahead to speak out on why he joined Barcelona and not joining Arsenal. Joao Felix in the mix. Remember, they signed a double or that player yesterday on loan with no option to buy at the side of Barcelona. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name. You can as well call me RD, and hope you enjoyed the live stream that we had yesterday at towards the end of the summer transfer window. And I believe you're going to make it a habit that on a daily we come in through and obviously live stream, talk to you and see how things are really going to pan out. And I'm planning something. By the time we return from the international break, I'm going to get in a certain software that's going to help us do what we call the match. It's going to be called what? The match, the fan cams, right? I'll be calling on you live. I'll record those fan cams and upload them onto this channel because you guys have gone ahead to show us that you're really great. Now, Pochettino also in the mix. He's telling us that Chelsea is not yet done. That is it. He's telling us that Chelsea is not yet done, and he sends a warning to Arteta, Pep Guardiola, Ten Hag, Jurgen Klopp. So you are going to enjoy this entire video, and this is the transfer news show. However much the transfer ended yesterday, but we still have some transfer news to obviously drop into you or into your ears to let you know what it's all about. Now let's see what Joao Cancelo really said yesterday. No sooner he was unveiled as a player for Barcelona, these were his words. He said, "It's a dream come true for me to join this club. As a child, I dreamed of playing for Barcelona. Many of my idols played here. I'm very happy and excited. I think it will be a good season with a lot of commitment. I hope to win titles. I think my profile adapts to Barca's style." We all know that when players really cross sides and join other teams, they obviously go ahead and obviously throw in what we call huge praise for these teams. But when you look at Joao Cancelo, he was one of those darlings of Mikel Arteta that before Arteta brought in Julian Timber, he wanted to bring in Joao Cancelo. But the first reason was simple. It was not that Arsenal never had the money. Arsenal had the money. But the problem was all about one thing. You know, it was all about Man City. Man City stood in the way of Joao Cancelo to join Arsenal. You know, Man City, ever since they sold Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal, and Arsenal emerged what we call title contenders, they told Pep Guardiola, we are not going to sell any player to Arsenal again, because Joao Cancelo was not the only player that Arsenal wanted from Man City. They also wanted Laporte, you know, Laporte, the left-sided centre-back. But Pep and Man City were not willing. And because they are not obviously reciprocating to what Arsenal's call was, Arsenal decided to obviously shift and go in for Julian Timber. But Joao Cancelo was one of the players that Arsenal were looking at. When we look at Joao Cancelo, it was all about the Champions League experience and what he adds to the team going forward. Because 90% of the teams that 90% of the games that Arsenal play, they obviously have total dominancy onto them, and that requires you to have a player like Joao Cancelo who can create for you 10 assists, all 15 in a season from the right or left full-back positions. That is Joao Cancelo for you. The only difference between Joao Cancelo and Julian Timber is that Joao Cancelo couldn't play or cannot play as a centre back, but Julian Timber can play as a right back, left back, and a centre back. That is it. But for my case, if you ask me, is it a win for Arsenal for Man City stopping them to sign Joao Cancelo and they find an option to obviously go and get in Julian Timber? I think it's a win. It's a win for Arsenal. And though Julian Timber got an injury, obviously you cannot blame it for him because injuries are part of the game. But on paper, when you look at how Julian Timber really plays, he has every attribute of Joao Cancelo. You know, press resistant, you know, he can create chances, he can put in assists, he can drive deep in the midfield. I think Julian Timber, at the age of 21, 22, he's such a player that comes in through the club of Arsenal to do more than what Joao Cancelo would have gone ahead to do for the club of Arsenal. So Arsenal fans, don't mourn. I think I saw some of you who really liked this guy. That is Joao Cancelo, but I really understand that Julian Timber will do a better job than Joao Cancelo. And trust me, at the beginning of the season and the games that Arsenal are going to play until the January transfer window, they won't be missing Julian Timber. If Zinchenko keeps fit, Tomiyasu keeps fit, Ben White keeps fit, Jakub Kiwior keeps fit, they're not going to be missing Julian Timber. To me, I think will come in through when Arsenal need him importantly, because towards the third quarter of the season, that's where you obviously need players like Julian Timber to come in through, because you'll need players of high creativity and high work rate to obviously brace the field of play. That is it, coming in from Joao Cancelo. But for my case, I believe Joao Cancelo has gone ahead to choose Barcelona, and Barcelona have always been missing out onto that right back ever since Dani Alves left that side of Barcelona. They've struggled to get in a player who can do his job. They've struggled, guys. They've struggled for ages. They brought in Nelson Semedo, he failed. They brought in Serginho Dest, he failed. There is another player they brought in, you know. They brought in like 3-4 players to play the right back. They failed. And I think at least they now have a player who can offer them at least something close to Dani Alves. Not like Dani Alves, but close to what Dan Alves offered to that club of Barcelona. And I think if at all they're having Alejandro Balde on the left back and Joao Cancelo on the right back, that is really great. And I think the central defense is obviously going to be made of Jules Koundé and Araujo. That is it. So I don't know how they are going to fit in Christensen, because Garcia has found himself leaving the club of Barcelona. So wait and see how that really pans out. But all I want to let you know is that Joao Cancelo has gone ahead to join Barcelona, not Arsenal. He has gone ahead to give us his reasons of not joining Arsenal and Barcelona, that he has loved this, he has admired this club. As he grew up, all his idols were playing for Barcelona, but we all knew that his ideal destination was Arsenal. That is it. But Man City couldn't allow that happen. That's why they've gone ahead to obviously see this player go out on a loan and miss out on what would have been some good money from Arsenal, close to 30 or 40 million euros. Arsenal would have raised that money, but Man City stood in the wake of this deal. He's not the only player that joined Barcelona on the deadline day. There is also another player known as Joao Felix. And these were the words of Joao Felix no sooner he was unveiled and registered as a Barcelona player. He says, "I'll give everything for the club. I hope this will be the best year of my life. I want my achievements and titles. I want many achievements and titles. Since I was a child, playing for Barcelona was one of my goals. I finally got it done and dusted." That is Joao Felix. So Joao Felix is really a very good player. He is a very, 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 very good player, and he's one of those that is just 23, 24 years of age, and you ask yourself, why is he obviously putting himself into the position of really loitering around every time? Yet there are teams that can cash in for him. He had a chance at Chelsea to obviously see himself bought by Chelsea, but he never really proved it right. when Pochettino came in through, he said, I'm not going to sign the player. He went in for Nicolas Jackson as a centre forward. And however much they're really yearning to get in centre forwards, they never saw Joao Felix as an option, meaning that Joao Felix has gone ahead to be given a second chance to revive or to redeem his career at Barcelona and obviously put in a shift. Trust me, if Joao Felix shines at Barcelona, Real Atletico Madrid will get in the 90 million euros they are calling in to sign the player. That is it. And I think they are regretting, because in the summer of 2022, Erik ten Hag ordered Man United to make a bid of 90 million euros to sign Joao Felix, and they rejected it. They said they are wanting more. But after that, no team is willing to offer them that amount of money that United was willing to offer them. So it shows you how ugly it gets for Joao Felix, but has been given a chance to obviously prove himself. And I believe under Xavi, he's going to thrive. Why? He can play in very many positions. He can play as a left forward. You know, he can play as a right forward. He can lead the line as a false number 9. He can play in a midfield 3. And I think Xavi is going to find means of obviously playing this player. Especially, I see him playing onto the left forward position of Barcelona. And that means the forward line of Barcelona might be having Rafinha, right forward, Lewandowski through the middle, and Joao Felix, left forward. For Joao Cancelo, he's going to obviously be played as a right back at Barcelona because of his attributes that Barcelona have been missing. But I believe he's really going to have a very good season there, and he's going to obviously have a last chance in his career. If not, no team is going to obviously be looking to obviously take him to where he deserves to be, because this man is really great and obviously ready to rumble. And Xavi has finally gotten in Joao Felix, a player has been really trying to push for ever since he signed as a permanent backup manager. That is it. Now, after that, let's go to Mauricio Pochettino and what he had to say about the transfer window of Chelsea. They asked him a question on whether they are done with the transfer window. He said, who said we have all what we wanted? I'm happy now. We need to work and be improving. It's like we have everything. We are so happy. We are in Disney World because the club has spent 1 billion. We want to win every week. That's what he said. He also added and said, we want to win every week. What is missing is to have all players fit, and for that we are going to work. We cannot sell the idea that we are in the Walt Disney here. He also added and said, when the injured players recover from injury, you will see the good team that we have for sure. The problem is that we invest today, but maybe we will be rewarded in a few years. I just need to make sure I'm still here. That is Pochettino for you. So Pochettino is not yet done with the transfers, meaning that he's also charged for the January transfer window and is willing to attack it very, very, very well. So as it stands, it's all about Pochettino revealing to us as is not yet done with the transfer window and is working towards going to that side and obviously getting where he deserves to be as a manager of Chelsea, who has obviously gotten lots of works to do at the club of Chelsea. But when you look at Chelsea, they almost spent half the budget that all Premier League teams have gone ahead to spend, and it shows you that the Premier League has gone ahead to spend £2 billion for the previous, I think, summers or transfer windows, but Chelsea have gone ahead to spend £1 billion onto that, and the pressure all goes back to Pochettino. That is it. The pressure all goes back to Pochettino because they are going to tell him, show us the results. You know, even in this summer transfer window, Chelsea has gone ahead to spend £115 million on Moise Caicedo. You know, they've gone ahead to obviously get in Lavia, close to £60 million. They've got in Palma, £45 million. Nicolas Jackson, £35 million. Disasi, you know, £45 million. They've gotten in some good players and they need to obviously walk the talk. So guys, your thoughts on Joao Cancelo joining Barcelona, not Arsenal, are welcome in the comment section below. Joao Felix also speaking out on his move to Barcelona. Pochettino warns Arteta, Pep Guardiola Eric Ten Hag, and so on and so forth. So guys, your thoughts onto all the 3 stories. We're gonna hit to attack on this story on this channel. I welcome in the comment section below. Rokani David remains my name. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barak Lau Fikum. Peace out. Good morning.